Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SBR Picks. Now, the Premier League offers many futures betting markets, and since the beginning of the season, those odds have been shifting, with the odds for the favourites dropping. What do those markets look like now, and is there still some value to be had? Sports writer Lee Phelps joins us now to help us run through the top markets on offer. Now, let's start with the main one, the winner of the Premier League. Chelsea have been the favourite since before the new season kicked off, and they still are, just now that their odds are probably too low for even the big better, and that's priced at 1.2. Is there anyone, in your opinion, who has a chance to pip them to the post?
Only Manchester City, but I don't really think they've got a chance either. I think there's too much of a gap now because in the Premier League, historically, even teams with really long, big gaps at the top of the table have been caught. So, it'd be stupid to say that they've won the title already. But realistically, Chelsea have to lose, quite a few games. They're 8 points ahead now. You'd probably say they'd have to drop 14 points to be in with a chance of being caught over the course of the season. And that's kind of guaranteeing that Man City win almost all their games. And they haven't looked like doing that this season, Man City. Chelsea, unbeaten. Bookmakers are still offering odds on them going unbeaten throughout the whole season. Probably won't happen, but they look so strong now today. I honestly can't see anyone catching them.
Yeah. Which teams would you put in your top six?
Chelsea, can I have that one? Chelsea, I think Chelsea will finish top. I think Manchester City will finish second. I think, if they go out of the Champions League, obviously, maybe sooner than we think, before Christmas, then I think that will give them an extra impetus to get back on it in the Premier League. I think I'm not going to put them in order from those two are the top two. I'm not sure where Arsenal will finish. They usually finish in the top four, but Arsenal will be in the top six. Manchester United will be in the top six. I think Liverpool will be in the top six. And it's that final place. And I think this is going to surprise some people. I think it'll be between Tottenham and Southampton. And I'll go with Tottenham. I think Southampton will have a really good season. I think they'll drop away from where they are at the moment. But I think they'll do okay, and I think they'll hover around the top 4, 5, 6, and maybe just miss out. The season might just be a bit too long for them, whereas Tottenham have got a much bigger squad than Southampton. So, yeah, that's my 6.
All right. Well, looking at the top goal scorer market now, Sergio Aguero is the favourite, and he's priced at 2.1, and then Diego Costa priced 3. Who would get your bet?
Well, a few weeks ago, I was looking at this, and it was really interesting that Aguero was 4-1 at the time. Now he's overtaken Costa in the goal scoring charts. He's got 12, Costa's got 10. I wouldn't touch either of them, not because I don't think they will win it. I think they probably will. One of the two will win it, I think. But Costa's had some hamstring problems already. I was looking back at his injury record over the last 4 or 5 seasons, and he's already missed 4 games this season. That's the most he's missed in any of the previous 4 or 5 seasons. So I worry about his hamstrings. If he misses games, then we have, someone like Aguero who's so ruthless that he could really put a gap between him and Costa. The player I like, and it would be an each-way bet, I don't think he'll win it, is Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal. He's taken such a prominent role in their front line now that he's on the end of everything. All the players are looking for him. When they cut the ball back, they're just looking for Sanchez all the time, and he invariably hits the target. Fantastic player. Arsene Wenger has likened him to Luis Suarez for Liverpool last year. Well, if he does anywhere near as well as that, then you could be onto a good bet. So it would be, you need to find good each-way terms. So each way for him to finish in the top 3 of the top scorers, he probably needs to get about 19, 20 goals to finish in the top 3. He's already on the way. He's got 8 already, so he's only 2 behind Diego Costa at the moment. I think that's a nice bet.
As they've still both got some good value on, would it be worth waiting a little bit to see how they improve, or how they're how they improve, and the odds obviously will go down, but there's still enough value for that to happen. Would you recommend that?
Well, I'm not sure. I think if Costa and Aguero stay fit, they're just going to keep scoring goals. So they'll just stay out in front all the time. I think Sanchez, let's say he has a really good 3 weeks where he closes in on Costa and Aguero and maybe overtakes one of them. His price will shorten. I think it's probably about as good a price as you're going to get right now. I'd take it now as an each-way bet. Like I said, I don't think he can outscore Costa or Aguero just because of the teams that they play for. Arsenal are in the place where they can absolutely hammer teams, whereas Chelsea and Manchester City, they can hammer the poor teams, and they can also score 2 or 3 against the good teams as well. So it will be Aguero or Costa. If forced, I'll say Aguero because he's my favourite player in the Premier League. But my bet would be Alexis Sanchez each way to finish in the top 3.
All right. Which teams do you see being relegated at the end of the year, apart from Burnley, who are the big favourites and they're priced 1.29?
I can't believe you didn't let me have Burnley. Well, it won't come as a massive surprise to you that I'm going to say Crystal Palace. Right from before the start of the season, I wasn't a fan of them before Tony Pulis left. I'm not. My liking of them hasn't grown at all with Neil Warnock taking over. They're battling away, they're trying hard, but again, don't score enough goals for me. So I put Crystal Palace with Burnley. That third one is quite tricky because all of a sudden Queen's Park Rangers have started to play quite well. I think Leicester have got something about them. I think Leicester could pull themselves away. I'm going to go for one of the bigger teams, Aston Villa. They've been hovering around the 15th, 16th position in the Premier League for the last 3 or 4 seasons. I'm not convinced Benteke has had a good enough pre-season and is fit enough to score enough goals for Villa to get out of trouble. They're bottom of the shots on goal table, bottom of the shots on target table. They're not playing very well. They haven't won a game for a long time now. I think they could find themselves sucked into that relegation battle this season. So Burnley, Palace, Aston Villa.
Okay. And what other markets are you looking at for the Premier League futures?
There's a really interesting one, I think, in the top 4. At the moment, you've got, obviously, Chelsea and Manchester City are really, really short prices. Arsenal are really short as well. You've got Manchester United, then you've got Southampton, then you've got Liverpool. Liverpool are priced up at 3-1, 4.0 to finish in the top 4. Now, if you gave me a bet now, Southampton versus Liverpool, who finishes higher, I'd take Liverpool all day long. They've got a much deeper squad. They will come good. They're not far off the top. They're only 4 points off the top 4 at the minute. It's not like they've had a disastrous season. It's not like the Borussia Dortmund right down near the bottom of the table or anything. So Liverpool are 3-1, 4.0 to finish in the top 4. I think that's a really good price. They've got Sturridge to come back. Got a sensational scoring record for Liverpool. If him and Balotelli start to hit it off, they've obviously got good players throughout the team. So I think because the perception is that Liverpool have had a really poor start, I think you're getting a better price than you should be about Liverpool finishing in the top 4.
All right, wonderful. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.